Hey, welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking. I know this is the afternoon. Okay, I know I said yesterday I'll see you in the morning. I woke up at 5 a.m., looked at the news, and there were like three things that happened. And I said, literally, no one's going to listen to a 2-minute podcast on three things that happened. So you are getting it wound up into the afternoon podcast. And I think we are just going to stick with the once a day moving forward to avoid issues like this and to avoid me waking up at 5 a.m. to just find out that nothing happened, which it was good. It's good news that nothing happened. I did go back to sleep, but I'm not going to be doing that every single day just to see if something happened. So welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the water cooler episode, which is now only once a day, like it was intended, like the good Lord made it. It is Friday, February 7th. Let's just jump right in, shall we? Everything that happened between when we spoke yesterday and today, so Thursday afternoon, we'll start there, and then we'll just keep on trucking into Friday. So Thursday afternoon, starting at 2:57 p.m., baseball star Shohei Ohtani's ex-interpreter has been sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for bank and tax fraud after he stole nearly $17 million from the LA Dodgers player's bank account. At 4:25 p.m., a 6-car Southern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA if you've heard that instead, train that was carrying people from Philadelphia to Wilmington caught fire, causing the evacuation of 350 passengers. Once again, why the fuck is our transportation falling from the sky, crashing into each other and catching on fire? The last 3 weeks have been too much. At 4:36 p.m., the United States Senate confirmed Project 2025's lead author, Russell Vought, as the White House budget director on a party line vote, which means that all Republicans voted for him, all Democrats voted against him. We talked about this during the election. If you don't know what Project 2025 is, go look up what they want to do, because a lot of it is already being implemented by the Trump administration. And this at least gives you a roadmap to what they are going to do in the future, right? It's like the closing of the Department of Education, which they've already talked about, the mass deportations, which they're already doing. But then they also said they want to get rid of gay marriage. They want to get rid of birth control. They want, just go look it up for yourself. At 5:51 p.m., a federal workers association filed a lawsuit in federal court asking the court to stop the Trump administration's hollowing out of USAID programs, claiming that he doesn't have the legal authority to do this. At present, he has already culled the number of employees from 10,000 to 294. At 7:20 p.m., the dating app Tinder announced that they are trying new AI-powered matching in their app to drive more active users. Dating apps right now are complete ass. So I don't know if AI is going to be able to help that. Are you going to find better people to join your apps? Okay, picture this. At 7:24 p.m., the NFL honors ceremony is happening, and these are pretty much the three things you need to know. 1, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen was voted the NFL MVP, beating out 2-time winner and Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. 2, Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell was voted Coach of the Year. And 3, Snoop Dogg made a joke about former New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick's girlfriend's age.
A fan for a long, long time. I mean, I remember back when the Cowboys was good. I remember back when the Chiefs was bad. And I remember, what was it? Bill Belichick's girlfriend wasn't even born yet.
For context, the girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is 24, while Bill Belichick himself is 72. Love is love. 8:12 p.m., Dolly Parton announced that her wine brand, Dolly Wines, is expanding to launch a Pinot Noir just in time for Valentine's Day. This is the first red wine that she has launched. I think she's done a rosé and like a bubbly and a white wine previously, but she said somewhere in this interview that she was kind of avoiding red because Jolene really turned her off the color. I'm assuming it's that flaming locks of auburn hair, and I'll tell you what, ain't nothing wrong with a little red hair, even if Dolly Parton says so. At 8:17 p.m., a Bering Air flight carrying 10 people disappeared from radar near Nome, Alaska. The search is still ongoing at the time of this recording. Once again, our transportation in the US is freaking me the fuck out. Okay, leaving all of that in the night, let's go to the morning. Starting about 3 a.m. on February 7th, Kanye West tweeted out a series of incredibly anti-Semitic tweets. I won't read all of them, but I do need to read a few. I think I've got 4 here in order. So you understand the level of anti-Semitic tweet. It's not just I am being anti-Semitic. It's like, just take a listen. Tweet number 1. I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason and they all be true. 2, I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? 3, I'm a Nazi. And 4, Elon stole my Nazi swag at the inauguration. Yo, my guy, get your own third rail. There was another one I pulled that I am just not going to even read now that I'm looking back at it. It's just disgusting. I feel so horribly for his children, especially North, because she is old enough to know that something like this is not normal. This is something that we cannot normalize as a society, and I think we need to move past Kanye West. No listening to his old music. No buying Yeezy if people are still doing that. No supporting any of the stunts that he's doing. No talking about him anymore. Beyond what I'm saying here, I, for one, am just going to be done speaking about Kanye West unless it's something so groundbreaking that I have to discuss it, because I think we need to normalize leaving people like this the fuck alone. He wants the attention. Even like Charlemagne the God said that he actually thinks that Kanye is, quote, acting out, which I think is actually doing a massive disservice to what this is. This is not acting out, but he says that he thinks Kanye is acting out because of all the attention that Kendrick Lamar is getting. And I think that that is an extremely shitty way of looking at this. Even if true, there is not one acceptable reason for Kanye West to be acting this way. And I think that we all need to normalize leaving him the fuck in the past. All right, moving on to bigger and brighter things. 6:04 a.m. Time released the new cover of their magazine for this month, which features Elon Musk sitting at the president's desk. Trump was then asked about it, and here is his response.
President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your resolute desk?
Time magazine. Is Time magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
At 6:14 a.m., remember that Elon Musk Doge staffer that was fired for racism online? We talked about it yesterday. Well, Elon decided to release a Twitter poll asking his followers if he should hire him back. At the time of this filming, the answer for yes was winning 78% to 22% with over 385,000 votes. Okay, this is the place that we all exist now. At 6:38 a.m., the NFL announced that the Steelers will play in Dublin in 2025 for Ireland's first regular season game. I don't know who they're playing against, but you better bet your bottom dollar if it's the Seahawks, your boy is going back home to Ireland. At 8:37 a.m., Vice President J.D. Vance, husband and father to Indian American citizens, weighed in on, once again, the racist Doge staffers rehiring, stating, "Here's my view. I obviously disagree with some of Eliz's posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people, ever." So I say, bring him back. Couple things to note. 1, he is a 25-year-old man. That is not a kid. You cannot say ruin a kid's life. 2, journalist wasn't trying to destroy somebody. This is somebody that has been given the highest level of security clearances at the Treasury, trying to literally scrap all of our personal data. This is not a kid who a journalist is trying to destroy. This is somebody who's running our country effectively not running our country effectively. 3, it should be noted that these, quote, stupid social media activity is less than 2 months old, and we have, as far as I know, not seen any remorse or changes in attitude towards how this staffer feels. So when we should give everyone a second chance, don't ruin his life, this was 2 months ago, and he has not apologized. Do we see what the fuck the problem is here? This man said that we should normalize hating Indian people more. J.D. Vance's wife and children are Indian, and yet he's on Twitter bootlicking a fucking racist 25-year-old. I don't understand what we're doing here anymore. At 10:01 a.m., officially today was MSNBC anchor Andrea Mitchell's last day at the desk, and she said she's returning to field work. I don't know what that looks like given that she's 78 years old, but here's a clip of her tearing up as her former and current staffer surprised her on set at the end of her final show as host.
I will be forever grateful to Phil Griffin and Yvette Miley, who launched this show, and Rashida Jones for her constant support over many years. And to my partners in the trenches, Casey Dolan and Michelle Perry, the studio crew right here, the incredible producers who perform miracles, believe me, seemingly every day when news breaks into our hour and they have to switch gears with a whole new show. Journalism is an enormous privilege and a responsibility. It's never been more important to do it well. That's my vow as I continue on this journey.
And Andrea, I think the thing that stands out most is that I am one of so many people who today wants to say thank you to you, Andrea, because all of these people are waiting to thank you and to tell you how much they love you. Oh my God.
you all so much. I can't believe it. People from decades. Yvette Miley. Yvette Miley started this program and is still here. Thank you for this incredible surprise.
We love you, Andrea. We love you so much, Andrea.
And to all of you from NBC and MSNBC here, that does it for this final edition of Andrea Mitchell Reports.
At 10:40 a.m., Jessica Alba officially filed for divorce from her husband, Cash Warren, after 16 years of marriage. And all I have to say about that is...
So you're telling me there's a chance?
10:41 a.m., the FX show English Teacher, starring Brian Jordan Alvarez, has officially been renewed for season 2. At 11:41 a.m., Donald Trump said that he's okay with rehiring the racist Doge staffer.
Part of this Doge cost-cutting effort, one of the Doge engineers was fired for some inappropriate posts. The vice president says, bring him back. What do you say?
I don't know about the particular thing, but if the vice president said that, did you say that? I'm with the vice president.
And directly after that, at 12:32 p.m., Elon Musk announced that the racist Doge staffer, quote, will be brought back. Now, I don't want to tell you this full saga because I'm cheering on the downfall of this guy. I don't want to say like, oh my God, I'm just going to say everything negative that happens that, to the Trump administration or in our country. I am strictly telling you this because I want to highlight the gross incompetence and lack of good judgment that the Trump administration and an unelected billionaire like Elon Musk have been demonstrating in their hiring of the least qualified people in our country to do the most far-reaching and impactful work at this current moment. In fact, at 11:50 a.m., Bloomberg News scooped the story that yet another Doge employee, this time the 19-year-old one, was fired from a cybersecurity firm in June 2022 for leaking internal information to competitors. I understand the state of the country and the state of the world is our new normal. This has been something that people voted Donald Trump back in order to do, is to create this type of chaos. However, there is a bipartisan group of citizens, organizations, courts, and elected officials calling for us to continue to push back on this type of disgusting act that is physically tearing our country apart. I want to encourage you to continue to push back. Do not normalize what has become normal. Okay, I'm jumping off my soapbox. At 1:24 p.m., Alabama Barker, the daughter of Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker, dropped a diss track on Bad Baby. Is that how you pronounce the name? B-H-A-D, Bad, B-H-A-B-I-E, Baby, not Bobby. Bad Baby, called Cry Baby, claiming that the father of her child, quote, tried to pipe me. I don't know how we've gotten onto the timeline where people I listened to when I was a child, Travis Barker, Blink-182, are now having their own children who are doing diss tracks talking about other people's baby daddies trying to pipe them. But I want off this train. At 2:27 p.m., Donald Trump terminated multiple trustees from the board of the Kennedy Center, including the chair, and immediately appointed himself as the chair of the Kennedy Center. 3:08 p.m., Alabama Shakes announced a 2025 reunion tour. At 3:16 p.m., a Seattle-based human rights organization sued Donald Trump and the Trump administration over its ban on transgender people serving in the military. And at 3:23 p.m., Donald Trump revoked all of Joe Biden's security clearances, which, from as far as I can tell, only typically happens if you believe the person is a security risk, or also, as I can tell, if you're a petty child of a man like Donald Trump is. That is all the news for today. Thank fuck, because I couldn't do any more for this week. We're done with the week. We're done with the news for the week, and for that, I'm grateful. Once again, you can find me all over social media where I'm just posting stuff in real time about everything when it happens. I'm on Instagram and Threads at Ben Keenan. I'm on TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling, or you can continue to listen to this podcast at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Maybe at some point it'll be somewhere else. I don't know how to do that. I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you Monday when we talk about all the things that happened, because things are always happening. Bye.